Yep, I'm still in Canberra. I've just gone on the actual march, but and now here we are. I'm in the trees and about to take you over to the rally today and give you a bit of an overview of the beautiful people who've turned up today. This hasn't stopped, so I just want to appeal to everybody. If you're feeling a little bit of an urge, make it for next Saturday, please. Be great. Anyway, I'll just take you through all these people, and I hope you enjoy it. How are you? I find this really interesting, this patch of grass being so dead. So instead of us being down this end like we were last week, we're actually up this end this week. G'day, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good.
Well, the hell's gonna be? Oh, we're gonna lock down. Every time we sneeze, we could be up the belt road with a heavy load from Corona 19. Yep. Yeah, we're shaking to the left. And we're shaking to the right. We're blocking the end. And we're shaking.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm a bit tired.
Yeah, I bet you are.
4 weeks is a long time.
Oh, good on you, thank you.
My pleasure.
Yeah,
But
took me a while to get here.
so you took you well?
Took me a while to get
Not
here.
good on you?
Yeah, I
Doesn't
made it.
matter. Doesn't matter.
No, looking up for someone who couldn't make it, I guess. So,
Well, you represent so many people.
yeah,
That's the beautiful part about it.
you too.
Thank you so much.
Filming
Hugs.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not against them.
Yeah, shake to the left. Shake to the right. You block your ears and you shut your eyes. Do a look down, turn around, jump up and scream. We all woke up to Corona 19. Thank you. So I've just been reminded there's a guy named Bill who meets at the Governor General's every morning at 12 o'clock.
I did. I've had a few days since the 22nd. There's some energetic kickback.
So there's a lot of rumors
all right.
and
I was
stuff
expecting
going on
it.
the internet about money.
I was just sleeping in the car over there too. That
So
didn't
we
help.
have Luke who will be speaking later today.
Just got to find some
He
people
was
here.
the main finance guy at the camp. So he can speak later and hopefully address some of your concerns. For today, we have this lady with one bucket.
Nice
This
lady.
covers things like the sound, the stage. We don't have toilets today, but one of our ladies spent $2,500 on toilets last week out of her own pocket and hasn't been reimbursed. We'd love to give her some of that money back. So yeah, the camp money was totally separate. Luke will be addressing that later today. Okay? On the weather. So now we have two kids that are coming up, Gabriel and Lily. This is the future. Make some noise.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Gabriel and I'm 13 years old. Firstly, I would like to say a big thank you to everyone that made this day possible and to all the Anzac that fought for our freedoms. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! The past 2 years have been very stressful for everyone and I've had enough. I haven't been able to play sport, visit my grandparents, see my friends, go to church. I can't go on holidays and the list goes on. When is this going to stop? The worst thing is that you can't even visit a dying family member in hospital. This is appalling behaviour by the medical system. What happened to the Australian spirit? I am here today to hopefully get through to the younger generation who are being hypnotised by the media. The media never allow a discussion or debate about anything that goes against their narrative. To the younger generation, ask yourself why. If they are saying is true and accurate, then a healthy debate should be welcome. At school, I don't wear a mask, and my friends have started to ask why. I now have educated 4 of my friends that they don't need to wear a mask. All they need to do is stay there. 4 others have now done the same. If we all did this, then slowly people would stop complying. We also can't use our lockers, which is crazy. How does this make any sense? Most kids don't even ask any questions and lost the ability to think outside the box. The school system unfortunately doesn't allow you to think for yourself, and I feel discriminated because I am a critical thinker. To all the younger generation out there, please ask questions and research everything via the independent channels. The media is owned by corporations that only have one narrative. Please open your eyes and let's win this battle together. The future will be bright and positive, and we need to surround ourselves with other children that are aware so we can build new communities and friends to stop this destruction. We can't stop now and need to continue until we have our rights back. I have faith in the Lord and will have the strength to deal with whatever comes our way. But remember, together we are so much more powerful. Let's make a change. Matthew 7:7. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and it will be open to you. This is not about help. This is about control and dictatorship. Coercion and segregation does not equal freedom. I will never stop trying, and I will never comply.
Hi, my name is Lily. I'm 13 years old. I want to acknowledge the elders, past, present, and the emerging, of the original sovereign people of this land. I go to a school that tells us every day, you need to wear your mask when you get an attention, and make sure you use your rapid test twice a week, even if you don't have any symptoms. They say if you don't do these things, you will not only put yourself at risk, you are risking the health of everyone. Well, you know what is actually putting everyone at risk? The mask which blocks your oxygen, the vaccines with their terrible adverse and unknown long-term side effects, and these rapid tests that are pregnant with a toxic chemical. Did you know the rapid test define ethylene oxide, which is linked to cancers of the white blood cells like lymphoma and leukemia? And yet most kids in Australia are having them stuck up their noses regularly. This is outrageous and it must stop now.
I love this.
And this is all caused by the medical industry who puts profits before people and are causing unneeded misery, disease and death. Vaccines have never been proven safe or effective. It's time to start asking questions and educating
Sorry,
yourself
it's
on
a little bit
important
wobbly.
issues. But
I just
don't
stop off
let
for a
media
hug,
direct
check
your
in
research into
with some people.
Thank you.
Oh,
I was like, how do I message you?
Oh, yeah, I'm still here. Oh my God, how are you
Everyone, make some
doing?
noise for the
My
future.
third trip.
I know, I'm looking for another chickie who's third trip as well. I'm doing such a bad job here. You can all enjoy that while I have a chat.
Last week was well, we all had to go.
Okay, next we have a man that I've known for a couple of years. He's come to every single protest we've done in Sydney and been in Canberra. I've stood with him in the pouring rain. We did a protest at the NRL Grand Final in 2020. There were 30 of us fighting against this kind of stuff. 30 of us turned up in the pouring rain. Make some noise for Michael O'Neill.
I saw your picture and you know you were a great photo and I went, oh, where are you?
Thank you, Michael, and I'm delighted to see you all here today. It's a wonderful privilege that we have in this free land that we can come out here and stand before our parliament and let our voices be known. That we object. We do not support the current narrative that is being spewed out of these halls of supposed leadership. We are now reaping the results of many years of, well, how can I say it? Australia has become the ultimate nanny state, and this is something that's happened overnight. We're one of the few nations in the world, our children ride around on their push bikes with helmets because we're terrified they're going to die. Whereas other thinking nations like Holland have already studied this and found it to be absolute fallacy that they make any difference in the overall health of children on bicycles. We have rules and regulations for everything. We've got it. You try and build a house now. The current figures in Australia, if you build a house in Australia, 44% of the price of the new house is in government fees and levies because we have all these industries that are all concerned about your safety. It's just safety has become the god.
Yes.
And common sense is out the back door.
Yep.
This is what we have. This has been building for a long time, and slowly, they took our children back in there in 2016 with their no jab, no pay. And many of us didn't realise it. But our constitution was breached back there. It was a massive breach by a man who claims to be a Christian and goes to church and has pledged to uphold the Constitution. He hasn't done his job, not by any stretch of the imagination. Australia has become a laughing stock of the world in many regards, and we must end it. Now, we are an unarmed nation. We have a strong military and a strong police force. And I looked at this many years ago and I thought, how do I effectively make some change? And I realised that while I love going to protest, because I realise that coming here is an opportunity to meet like-minded people, to make a show that we disapprove. But effectively, on its own, it cannot and will not make change. That change has to be effected. I believe we have to get people inside that house. We are a country that votes in a House of Representatives, and these representatives have to represent every view in Australia. They are solemnly obligated to represent your view, regardless if you're a minority. And there are many precedents where minorities have had their views represented. Gay rights was a minority view, yet the politicians represented that view. There are Aboriginal rights. Aboriginal people are a minority in our land, and thankfully they have found representation for their view in Parliament. But we object as a minority. We are a minority. I mean, many people say, no, we're the majority. We are a minority, but that doesn't matter. We deserve it to have our voice represented in the halls of Parliament. We are human beings created in the image of God, and we have a right to our conscience, and what we believe to do with our body is a completely sovereign
thing that should have no intervention whatsoever by any government, any man, any doctor, any hospital, any health official in this land. It's your right and yours alone. I've been working in the natural health industry for 35 years. I understand what makes you sick and I understand what makes you well. And when I heard of this ridiculous corona scare, I thought, are they gone mad? Don't they understand what makes people well? Why am I scared of a viral infection? It's as old as man. What? How ridiculous. And we shut our nation down for a viral infection, which most of us have had now and realise that was no big deal. I've had it. 1 week laid low. I've been laid low longer in the past. There are many good people in this land that want to represent your voice in those halls. Lest we forget, under federal elections coming up, vote with your conscience and vote the majors last. That's my message to you. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you, Michael. Next, we have a young woman. She's from Newcastle. She runs some of the events there, helps out. She's just a mother. Like a lot of you out there, we're mothers, we're fathers, we're here fighting for our children. Make some noise for Nick Cook.
I love you, Michael Sims, but I am not just a mother. I'm a warrior! And I am so gone! I've had enough. Who's with me? For the last 3 weeks, we've been playing around a bit. We've been shaken up a bit.
Yeah, I saw her over there.
And we're a little bit lost. But I feel as though we need to restore the love in this movement. Because when I went down to camp 2 weekends ago for 3 days, I spent 3 days arguing with people. Why? Because we are all unique. We have our own stories. We each have a different story to tell. And each story is just as important as the other. I was a pathology collector. I spent the first part of COVID working in a COVID clinic. 0 cases in 12 months from our clinic. And then the vaccines rolled out. Between me and another one of my colleagues, we cited over 60 request forms for adverse reactions in 2 months. September, October last year was the most brutal time to be in pathology, with eyes open. But it gave us, you know, it made us feel validated because we had a voice and we had a leg to stand on to say, no, we're seeing what this is doing. But unfortunately, we lost our jobs December 1. Those of us who chose to bow out. But it's okay because we stand still dignified. Yeah. With our bodily autonomy intact. And no one can take that away from you. Nobody. It's yours. It's yours to keep. And yeah, I might be just a mother, but none of you are just anything. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody has a reason to be here. Everybody is important. Do not let your family members tell you that you're crazy. You're not. You are not. You're real. And don't let anyone ever tell you anything other than that. And if you're looking for a hero, stop looking for a damn leader. And start looking in a fucking mirror!
Make some noise for Nick Cook. So again, there's a lot of people just like each and every one of you out there that are doing things on social media and publicly. Nick was I won't say assaulted, but kind of assaulted by a police officer. That video went viral of her getting ripped off a train, the police officer stealing her bag.
I'm not surprised.
Since then, she's done a lot of good work with police that have left the police force and joined us. So, mad love for Nick. Next up, we got a man from Melbourne. This man's been here from the start of this COVID pandemic. Organised the first protest in Melbourne, was arrested there, and has fought hard since. For all of you and the children, make some noise for Craig Cole.
Thanks, Mick. And how about we give Mick and the guys that organised today a big cheer, yeah? Mick's been here from day dot as well too, and just a bit of background on me. You guys may know me from online. You may know me as I roll from A1, but for the last 16 years before this COVID crap started, I would run programs helping our youth, primary school and high school as well, providing resilience building and self-esteem and self-esteem building. Because our kids need it, don't they? Because we have a system that fails them horribly, doesn't it? We're going to fix that. But Nick, give Nick another round of applause, guys, and a big cheer, hey? Just, yeah. None of us are just anything. Every single one of you has a damn sight more credibility than those bums at the top of the hill there. Every single one of you has more power than you realise and you understand. But a lot of you are starting to understand. Because how much more knowledgeable are we as opposed to 2 years ago? Hey? How much more empowered do you feel as opposed to 2 years ago? And those cowards up there, they're getting nervous. Because you don't point their... I get accused for dropping the F-bomb a bit too much, so I'm going to be careful here, right?
No language.
But if my language offends you, I'll guarantee you this. Communism's going to offend you a damn sight more.
Yes, that's right.
I agree with you on that one.
But they want to point their little RDF toy at us, like a bunch of cowards. That's how desperate they are getting. We have come so far in 2 years. I want you to look at the person next to you and thank them. Turn around behind them and thank them. Thank them for their sacrifice.
Oh, yeah.
This is how.
I am here.
Yep, exactly. Give each other a clap. Another round of applause. Come on. You do not forget days like today. Days like today. And though some of us have been back for 4 weeks in a row, some of us our first time. And God bless every single one of you for seeing through the facade of being told to come back here on March 29th. Get stuffed. We come every weekend to save our country. That's how you save a country. Sacrifice and hard work. We've lost a lot over 2 years, haven't we? We've lost a lot of friends, copped a lot of ridicule, but shit, we've gained a lot more knowledge, a lot more friends. Look around you today, hey? In years to come when we've won, and these arseholes up there are all behind bars, every single one of them! And the fake news prostitutes that drive their agenda, and every corrupt judge, and every corrupt police officer. There's a lot of good police, and thank you for the work that you do. But there's a lot of you that need to start understanding that the pedophile government that you protect pedophiles, and it is up to you to start standing up. What's more important, your bloody job or your country?
That's one and all.
Because as you know, in 2000, for those of you who don't, but for the cameras here, and to remind our fine officers there, 2015 in the Woods Royal Commission. After a New South Wales police inquiry that some of your colleagues on official police documents, the names of 28 VIP pedophiles signed off by a QC Gary Crook. And as you people know up there, QCs don't sign off on official police documents unless the evidence is bloody compelling. One being a former ex-Prime Minister. So while that grub was governing this country, he was raping children, and these people protect them. No more.
Exactly. About raping children.
Thanks, good on you, mate. I've just been given the wind up. I tend to go on a little bit. Thank you.
No, as soon as you talk about pedophiles, they'll wind you up.
This is why we have to dissolve Parliament. The Governor-General needs to come out according to the Constitution and dissolve Parliament now. Because whatever your issue, the mandates, whatever, it's all the same people that drive it. And we have had enough, and we say no more. We put our sword in the ground, raise our shield, and we want the Governor-General to dissolve Parliament, not tomorrow, today. What do we say? God bless you all. Let's sack them all. Sack them all.
Arrest them all! 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 Sack them all! Arrest them all! Arrest them all!
Good police up there, please do your job. If one of us remember,
And
there's a whole
stop
bunch of
attacking
pedophiles
us.
you can arrest. Do it tomorrow.
And stop
The rest of
attacking
you,
the people!
keep doing what you've been doing for the last 2 years. The finish
You
line's
haven't
in
fucking
sight.
been here, mate.
I know
We're
you're
sick
hurting.
dogs.
I know you're tired. But
Yeah,
that's the
we're
price
sick
of
'cause they're
freedom.
fucking-
Keep sticking at it, and we will prevail. God bless you all.
That'd be great. Now I want to do something different again today. Can I get Dean, Daniel, Kater, sister there, and down there? Can you come up on stage? Yeah, you. With the red line. Come on up. Come on, Kater.
Are you
Daniel,
staying here,
Dean,
sweetheart?
hop up here.
Are you
I
staying?
might. I need to get water from the water truck, but I'm still sitting here.
I'm sure many of you guys may or may not know who these guys are. There's a lot of famous people, I'm not having to go at them, famous people on the internet that do the videos. I'm here live right now and I'm hearing all the comments. Where's this person? Where's that person? Where's this person? These people here on the stage right now have been here from day one, walking around with their cameras, catching all of this footage for you guys. Again, so these guys are your media on the ground every day. Learn these guys' names and check in with them. They are live all the time, every day here in Canberra. So again, make some noise for these guys.
The media is the virus. The media is the virus. The media is the virus. Not you, the main media. You are our people. Thank you. Thank you for what you're doing.
Hey, Mim, Luke, both of you, either of you. Now again, you may have heard about Luke in the newspaper. He was the finance officer, one of, in camp. He can talk to you guys. He's here, he's shown his face, and he wants to explain to you what's next.
Thank you. I'll just give you a little bit of an idea of where I've come personally. So I come off Springbrook on the Gold Coast, and I've been involved with the TPR in Brisbane. I had a heart attack about 10, 11, 12 days ago, I suppose it is now. I'd been on a houseboat with a bunch of vaccinated people who are my family and friends, and it was very close proximity. And when I came off that boat, I started to have a heart attack. I had a heart attack for about 3 days, for about 72 hours. I was tested in hospital, and my heart was filled with a blue dye to see about my arteries. Now my arteries were clean as a whistle, but I did have blood clots. Those blood clots were unexplainable. The surgeon himself said, "Have you been vaccinated? Have you been vaccinated?" And then talked about shedding. He came to me the next day and sat with me for an hour, and he was aware of what was going on. He knew, and I asked him a question. I said, "Then why don't you stand up and do something about it?" And he said, "Luke, the reason is this. Last year, he was doing 3 of these stent operations that they did on me. But the night they did mine, they did 23. And that's happening all around Australia, in every hospital. Now, my daughter, who's an activist, picked me up from the hospital. And she said, "Dad, have you seen what's happening in in Canberra?" She showed me a picture of the lady that I call Notorious D, who was knocked off her car and forced to the ground in front of her kids. As soon as I saw that, I said, I'm on my way down there. The doctor said, "Don't get in the car, don't drive, and don't do anything exciting." But I did, and I came down. Now I got down here, and I was asked to help out organising an institution, an association that we're trying to put together so that we could take monies. Now, the group, the finance group, was about 6 or 7 people. I'm here to answer any questions. Brother. I understand there's a lot of lies and innuendo and bullshit being talked. So I'm here to tell you the truth as I know it. Well, that's up to you, brother, but I'll carry on. So at that point, we went then we drew a finance committee. Now, so you're aware, so just to put one thing to bed, the most money that was raised on any single day was around about $8,620 and some other monies. That was the most money that was raised on any particular day. So this talk of hundreds of thousands of dollars is just absolute rubbish. That never happened. That was never a part of it. So just so you know, the people who were involved every day and every night in that finance team were all either accountants and or lawyers. And so every night for the same thing, we knew that there could be questions asked. So we every night when the money was counted, it was counted with multiple people and signed off by multiple people every single night. That all those receipts and all those accounts are now before a forensic accountant. That report will be made available to every single one of you. It will be made public. Now, with respect to money that did go missing that I know about, money that didn't make it to the finance department, many of you may have been there on the day when certain people, and I have battled with the idea of coming forward and going public with this information. And the reason I have done it is for multiple reasons. One, I thought the damage that will be received from it outweighed any good that could have come from it. But now, when I've been attacked personally, I've been forced into a corner, and I have no other option to come here today and tell you the truth as I know it. And I stand in my truth. And I've still said it. You show me one incident where I've done anything wrong. And I'm not here just to represent myself. I'm here to represent the whole of the finance team. Now, the only money that I know that went missing, that never made it to the finance team, and some of you people may have been there on this afternoon or evening, it was when there was a suggestion that property was going to be bought here in the ACT. Well, anyone knows anything about the ACT knows you cannot buy property here. You can only lease it. No property is for sale here. It is only to be leased. The same as Galula Farm, where they have a 99-year lease there. Now, every cent that we raised in buckets. And those buckets were enclosed with tape. And that tape, where it cut over, was signed by one of us in the finance department. So every night, when every bucket came back, you could see if it had been tampered with. None of those buckets had been tampered with. And that's the reason why we did it. Now, the next part of this is, on that night, when there was talk of raising money to buy some property, which is impossible in the ACT, there was a cardboard box produced. Now that is totally unprofessional. That is something that we would never have a part of. Now that cardboard box was said to be money, the vessel where the money was going to go into to be raised to buy this property. Now, that cardboard box, as I am told, as I was not there, but we have now 30 witnesses and 30 statements to prove this. And I've got to come public with it now, although I'll go against everything I am. I've never given anyone up in my life for anything. I've never dogged on anyone in my life, and I was loath to do it. And I'm still loath to do it right now. But this is the truth. This is the truth. This box came out. It was a cardboard box. Many of you probably saw this box. Many of you probably saw the box. I don't know, because I didn't see it. That money from that box never made it back to the finance department. We are told there was upwards of tens of thousands of dollars in it. It never made it back to the finance department. And that is the truth that I know, that I stand in. So I can only tell you that. That's all I can tell you about that in that regard. But with respect to the accounting, it'll be done and it'll be made available to everyone here to see. So hang on. The second part of this is I am told by 30 different people. Surely there's people here. Did anyone see that cardboard box? There's hands going up. Yes, you saw it. 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 More hands. So that's the truth, and I stand in my truth. And if you want to question that, there's nothing more I can do. One more thing, just one more thing on a different topic. For people who were injured by radiation, as we all know, we're under attack by our own government. We now have some medicine we believe can help you with. It's here in the back. If you're still suffering for anything, it's fulvic acid. You can use it if you want, do your own research, whatever you want to do. The third part of this is another thing. We have created a rally, a convoy, a freedom, we're calling it the Australian Freedom Convoy. Now, it's not for anyone to leave Canberra. We don't want you to leave Canberra. We're going around Australia. We're going to try and pick up the pieces of the people who can't make it here, who can't be here today. Now, we're going to go from, we've got a rally organised on the 5th. On the 5th, we're going to rally organised the 5th in Adelaide. Then the 12th, we're going to Melbourne. The 19th, into Sydney. And the 26th, into Brisbane. Along the way, we're going to go to different regions. And we're talking to people in smaller towns and countries so that we can give them knowledge about what we know that we need to share with them. I've been cut off here, but I'm happy to answer any questions from any individuals. And once you have seen the forensic report, it will be made available to anyone who wants to see it. And that's all I can do, is stand in my truth. And I thank you.
Medicine. I actually wanted one. I wanted it. Even though it had all that treatment.
Okay, we're going to change the vibe a little bit. With my main man from Sydney, the General, Smoking Joe McHale. Make some noise.
I need to get some water.
Oh yeah! I am blessed. I feel such joy to be here today with the absolute best that the human race has to offer. We are the champions of humanity. We have not allowed these duplicitous demons to deceive us. We see what's happening. Real eyes, real eyes, real eyes.
Oh, I've got to get out of here.
We are facing a vaccine genocide. We are facing a sick, satanic slavery system. Putrid pedophiles that do their dirty work in the building behind me. We came here to say no more.
Sorry. Can I
leave it here.
I remember in 2015 when we protested out the front of Rupert Murdoch's main office in Sydney. We told those mindless, moronic, mental midgets in the mainstream media that we will not accept their deception. This was back during no jab, no pay. And look at where we are now. They have expanded their biological kill program worldwide.
Yeah, you do that.
My man is right.
You'll see that I've been doing stuff for a while.
Biological weapons.
Yeah,
They have used sonic weapons. They are using weather weapons. But what we forget is that no weapon formed against us shall prosper. There are different groups, different organizations, political parties telling you what to do.
I'm gonna get water. And then I started talking, so I was like, maybe let's go get water.
I'm going to end this live now because I need to go and do some things. Alrighty.
We came here to speak the truth, because the truth shall set us free.
God, I don't know how to
Love
do
every
this.
one of you. And I mean that because the enemy operates on fear. They pump it out 24/7 through the television. That's why you've got people asphyxiating themselves.
I need water. I should just not do this. But I don't trust their sky.
Themselves to be industry, poison. But we're not going to let that happen to us.
Alright, I'll just get some water.
Generations. We have something special inside of us, that human spirit that will never allow us to surrender. Our soul is on fire in the rain, in the storm, through the hail, through the flood. We will overcome. We will succeed. We will march forward. We are going to bring these people down.
Well, it's still here. I don't even know how to turn it off. First time I've done it.
All of the politicians, they are rejected. They're on their way out. We're on our way up. Their time is up. Our time is now. We dedicate ourselves to help. Our help is the most important thing when they're hitting us with frequency weapons, when they're hitting us with aluminium, barium, strontium, when they're hitting the people with graphene oxide and nanotechnology. Our body is our temple. We make choices every day. What time to wake up, what food to eat. We are how to conduct ourselves. And we live in the spirit of honor. We conduct ourselves in the spirit of integrity. And we hold ourselves in what is true and right and what is good. Our victory is guaranteed. I salute thank you. Because we are the only things that stand between the new world order